man. This is College Ball Podcast, man. Appreciate all love and support. Thank y'all for being here today. Appreciate y'all. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Turn on that bell so you get notified every time I drop a video. We are in the week 10 of the college football season, man. It's going down. Definitely getting down to the nitty gritty, though. Teams are well into conference play. Things are being decided. Things will be decided today. There will be a shakeup in the top 5 today. There will be a shakeup. So we're going to get to that later on in our picks. But right now, let's discuss the Heisman ladder going into week 10. I want to say this about this. Everybody that's on this list are razor thin close. Because the thing about Travis Hunter, that it's hard to keep him in a certain area because of how close the margin is, but also the guys in front of him. Well, I don't know. I'm not going to lie. This week was tough for me as far as the Heisman ladder because I feel like Travis Hunter jumped up. But also, I think the other guys didn't do anything to lose ground either. So that's my thing right there. It's like, did anybody lose ground? I don't necessarily think anybody lost too much ground in the Heisman ladder. Maybe Cam Ward, maybe. But let's go on and reveal the Heisman ladder, man. Let's go on and go. We're just gonna go and do it. We're just gonna do it. This one was tough for me personally because I feel as though it's not like a lot of separation between these guys. So let's go. Let's start at the let's start. All right. So starting off on the Heisman ladder at spot 4, we're gonna put Cam Ward there. Shout to Cam Ward. It's not really a big slip off. Feel what I'm saying? It's not like a huge jump down. But last week was an okay week for him. And if you have okay weeks, I can't. The race is too close for it not to move. See what I'm saying? And then Dylan Gabriel had 4 touchdowns last week. So it's tough. You understand what I'm saying? Like, your competition is real thin. So at the 3rd spot, I'm going to go ahead and put Travis Hunter, man. Travis Hunter definitely is leaping up. He's right there. I think Shador, to me, too, is an honorable mention. I'm going to mention his name. He may be getting on this Heisman ladder really soon here. We're going to see going down the stretch for sure. But I have him at, he ain't on the ladder, but he holding the ladder with his hand. But yeah, that's why I'm gonna put Travis Hunter at 3. I got Dylan Gabriel at 2, but 2 and 1 ain't really too much of a difference between 2 and 1 right now. Because even though Genty is he's having good games now. Now he's having good games. He's not having the explosive games that that we're used to seeing from him. Not the over 200. We ain't had one of those in a while, but he did have 2 touchdowns last night. So he played last night. Had a pretty good game last night. 31 carries, 149 yards. It's tough. It's tough because he's still averaging 8 yards a carry. 20 touchdowns. Over 1,500 yards. It's tough. We're only in week 10. I mean, he's going to go over the 2,000-yard mark, probably going to go over the 30-touchdown mark, and going to challenge probably the Barry Sanders record. So it's going to be tough to keep him away from being the number 1 spot. But if anybody can do it, I think it's Dylan Gabriel or Travis Hunter or Cam Ward. These are the candidates, I think, that can leapfrog him, possibly. So, yeah, I got Genty at 1. So that right there, I mean, we're going to keep it like that. So basically it's Genty, Dylan Gabriel, Travis Hunter, Cam Ward. But they're all right there next to each other. So it's nothing, it's no separator. It's not a huge separator. at all between the two. So that is my Heisman ladder. Let's move on to upset of the week, man. Now, for my upset of the week, I'm picking it now. I'm gonna say Louisville over Clemson. I know it's a night game. I know we're gonna be in Death Valley. I understand. But I'm going to take Louisville tonight. I think this matchup is very, very interesting because I think Louisville can put up points. I think they can put up a lot of points. And if Louisville come out here and they do what I think they're going to do, they're going to be able to keep up. Now, the question is, can Clemson keep it pushing? This is a very interesting game, though, y'all. I'm gonna take Louisville for the upset of the week. That's the upset of the week to me. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The basis on me doing this is based off what I seen from them when they played against Miami. If they can encapsulate that and bring that tonight, it could be a great night for them. But you got to come out with that fire, that mindset, that underdog mentality, and you got to pull it off. It's on the road. So that's my upset of the week. Let's go into our hot picks of the week, man. Let's go. So we starting out with a bomb. Y'all. We traveling to Happy Valley where the Penn State Nittany Lions taking on the Ohio State Buckeyes. Remember I told you about that shakeup in the top 5? Well, here it is right here. Ohio State is seen as 3-point favorites. Over-under is 47.5. Now, the quarterback for Penn State, let me go ahead and confirm it and check real quick while we're sitting here. But I'm just going to discuss the game while I'm looking stuff up just to make sure that the quarterback is playing. Well, let's just make sure that he is going to play. Because I want to make sure. That's all. Just want to make sure. He is expected to play against Ohio State. Drew Allar. He is expected to play. That's the quarterback. For Penn State. Now listen. Penn State, this is everything you work for. This is everything you got. You ain't got nothing else. You got to have this one. This is a must. Now, Ohio State is coming in this game to prove a point. They're coming in this game to keep their playoff hopes to the highest. You understand what I'm saying? They lose 2 games in the Big Ten. It's going to be tough because then you got to look at Illinois, who's still out there. You know what I'm saying? You got Indiana, who's 8-0. See what I'm saying? But you get a chance to play against Indiana in a couple weeks coming up. So Ohio State could right that wrong then, but they need this win. Because right now, they lose this. I mean, it's going to be tough with 2 losses. And you got 2 other teams in there with 1 loss is ahead of you. It's going to be tough to get it done. But with all that being said, if I got to pick, I can't see Penn State beating Ohio State. I can't see it. I think the problem with Ohio State and Penn State, the matchup was, I think that Ohio State's receivers are going to put a lot of pressure on Penn State's corners. And also, I think Penn State just hasn't had a test yet. Ohio State had a test. He played Oregon, you feel what I'm saying? Top team in the nation. So they have a test. I don't know if Penn State has had a test like this. So you're going into this game without being tested. It's tough to pick this game, but I'm going to take Ohio State with the road victory. I think they cover the point spread. 47.5 points is not enough. Take the over on that for sure. But yeah, this is going to be a really, 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 really good game. Game of the week for sure. Then we got Duke traveling to Miami to take on the Hurricanes. Now, Miami is seen as 21-point favorites, and the over-under is 54.5. I'm going to tell you right now, Duke is covering the 54.5. I mean the 21. They're covering that. So I say take Duke to cover the 21. Over under 54.5. It's going over that because neither one of these teams are going to be able to play defense. And it looks like it's going to rain. So I got Miami winning the game. But I got Duke covering the 21-point spread. And take the over on the 54.5. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think Duke is gonna give them a run for their money, but Miami ultimately has Cam Ward and you don't. That's really what it come down to. They got Cam Ward and you don't. Simple. He the Heisman candidate, I think he is. He's not gonna have no missteps. They're not gonna have no missteps on their way to an ACC championship game, which I think they're gonna play. I mean, looking how it's gonna set up, they're gonna play because this is the thing. I'll talk about this in a minute. Clemson, if Clemson makes it, go through and everything, and you still got Pitt who's undefeated. They playing at SMU today. It's a lot of tough stuff. We're going to get into Pitt and SMU in a second here, actually. But, like I said, Miami can't have no missteps. Everything has to be calculated, and every T has to be crossed. Now, we got Oregon traveling to Ann Arbor to take on Michigan. Now, this game, don't let Michigan's record fool you, Oregon. You got to go into this game with a mindset of kill, kill, kill. Oregon is seen as 14.5-point favorites. Over under is 44.5. Now, listen, Oregon, Michigan has defense. They're physical. Speed is going to be their issue. And I said that when Oregon was coming over to the Big Ten. I said, everybody's talking about Oregon got to be physical. Yes, they do. But Oregon, one thing about Oregon, y'all got to keep up with their speed. And so I think that's the problem right now. I don't necessarily like Michigan's speed on their team. So I'm going to take Oregon to cover, actually, 14.5. And 44.5 is not enough points. So take the over on that. Oregon wins the game. I think they win the game pretty fairly, for sure. I think they see the goal in hand and they're taking it game by game. And you can't go into this game slipping up. Everything's on the line. So tough place to play, but you can get it done. Then we go over to Florida, Georgia rivalry, man. Oh, man. This is going to be... Actually, I'm going to tell you this. This could be this is a trappish kind of game. I wish Florida had their situation worked out at quarterback because I would have been bold enough to pick them. I'd have been bold enough to pick them because I seen deficiencies in Georgia. But also the way they played against Texas was really good too. I think Florida is going to be a tough test, but I also think Georgia is 14.5-point favorites. Over under 52.5. I think they do end up covering late. I don't think that it's going to be the score is not going to be indicative of the competitiveness of the game. Put it like that. But I do think Georgia pulls away late. I think they cover the 14.5, and I think the 52.5. Take the under on that. Take the under on that. But I got Georgia winning the game. I just think Georgia is the better team, and I do think they will flex their muscle in the second half of the game late to pull away. But don't let the score fool you. It's gonna be a competitive game. And then we got number 18 Pitt traveling to Dallas, Texas to take on SMU. SMU seen a 7-point favorite, y'all. Over under is 56.5. 8 o'clock game, night game in Dallas. It's going to be a very, very tough game for Pitt on the road. SMU, they got home field advantage. Night game. If you ask me to pick, I think Pitt is legit. I think this is one of the years where I think Pitt's defense is going to win them this game tonight. I got Pitt winning and covering the points, the 7, and 56.5 ain't enough points. Take the over. Or if they got under 61, take the under 61. But I think this is going to be it's going to be a scrap. It's going to be a scrap. But I'm going to take Pitt to win the game tonight. I think Pitt is going to flex their muscle and do what they got to do to win the game. It's flat out facts. So, them are my picks, my upset of the week, and Heisman ladder. All those been accomplished. Like I told y'all, when it gets closer to the time to really start, picking who's going to be up in the playoff, I'll show you my process of how I do it, how I break it down. All right. So listen, I appreciate y'all the love and support. Thank y'all for being here. Until next time, College Ball Podcast. Peace.